Okay, this next person for quotes is Siddhartha Mukherjee. He was born in 1970. He's about 55 years of age. He's an oncologist, okay? And this guy's really famous. If you go to Wikipedia, he's got his own Wikipedia page, and then there's a separate Wikipedia page for some of his books. And I'm going to tell you something. This guy is like the Andrew Huberman of oncologists. He's an oncologist. That means a cancer doctor. His books have been bestsellers. They get promoted all over the place. So let me ask you something. What do you suspect when something gets promoted all over the place? That means there's big money behind it. Well, why does big money get behind anything? Big money gets behind something if they make money off it, okay? So he basically, talks about how wonderful chemotherapy is, how chemotherapy is this miraculous discovery and cures so many cancers. He never, ever questions conventional medical thinking. Okay, he never ever says anything controversial. And what I'm trying to tell you is everything this guy says, you could read it in a medical student textbook, second year level. Okay? You could teach it in a college class. These are baby books, okay? Just for comparison, this guy's a world famous best-selling author with like multiple Wikipedia pages. All right? I'm talking at a level that fellowship trained specialty doctors don't know. I'm over their heads. Okay, way beyond what is known in the most highly specialized areas. What do I got? A non-monetized YouTube channel, no Wikipedia page, nothing. All my books are shadow banned, censored, ostracized. Literally. That's not like an exaggeration. Look at my YouTube channel. The smart doctors will tell me I have the best health videos of anybody on the whole internet. But what am I getting? An average of about 100 views from my medical videos. Okay? I keep making them because I know I'm right. They know I'm right too. That's why I'm shadow banned. If I was the average retarded dumb shit liar sellout, I would have millions of views. But because I'm telling you the truth and I'm empowering the pros, I'm totally censored, shadow banned, ostracized. Okay? It's a fact. That's how it works. Okay? You can see it. It's so obvious. Look at Andrew Huberman. Okay? He's a neuroscientist guy. And he sits there and he reads out of these baby books, undergraduate textbooks. And everybody's like, oh, wow, he's a neuroscientist, okay? Give me a break. This is freaking kindergarten, okay? Okay, and Mukherjee, he's an intelligent guy. He's articulate. He's pleasant. He can, put a sentence together. But I'm telling you, it's just baby talk, all right? Like I said, there's never anything interesting. There's never anything new. There's no surprises. It's just old medical student stuff. He's pleasant. He's kind of like writes in this Rococo style. He tells you what's safe to know. Let's see. And then he also said he was depressed in his when he's in his 40s, so he took antidepressants. And he says the antidepressants were helpful to him. Yeah, right. Those drugs are brain toxins, okay? They all gradually cause lobotomy. But what I'm trying to say is this is how you make it as a medical author. You say chemotherapy is wonderful. Then you say antidepressants are wonderful. And then the establishment is like, oh, yes, he's so good. He should be a best-selling author. Let's make him a best-selling author, okay? And then me, somebody who's telling the pros the truth, they're like, he's an asshole. Shut him up, okay? Last thing we need is one of these minorities that's not affirmative action. Make him shut up. Censor him. That's how it works, Only stupid people don't think that control comes from above. If you don't think control comes from above, then you're probably too stupid to watch my channel. I can guarantee you that it does. Okay, who's our next person for quotes here? We'll do Max Mueller. And Max Mueller, he has only one good quote. I looked at all his quotes. This is the only good one. Language is the Rubicon that divides man from beast. Yes, we are far less like the apes than is widely acknowledged, widely said. Okay? All that 1 or 2% of our DNA being different is BS. We are far more different. All our regulatory DNA is far more different than those chimps and apes. Like Desmond Morris says, we're the only naked ape that isn't hairy all over. We've got different chromosome structure than the apes, the chimps. Give me an effing break, okay? You see a woman, you can't help it. You say to yourself, would I sleep with her? Yes or no? Your brain just does that. It's automatic, okay? Whereas a chimp, you go, no way. It looks like a giant freaking spider crawling on all fours. It's disgusting, okay? Anyways, that's his quote by Max Mueller. There's a lot more things different than us. Our brain's 3 times as big as a chimp, our so-called nearest ancestor. Kiss my ass. That's bullshit. Okay. Next, we're going to do a Japanese writer, Haruki Murakami. Okay, and he's like a real popular writer in Japan. They say he's so great. He's got a couple good quotes, and most of these quotes are derivative, but let's see what he's got. He says, as long as you have the courage to admit mistakes, things can be turned around. That's a decent quote. It's true. If you only read the books that everyone else is reading, you can only think what everyone else is thinking. Now that's a great quote, but I don't think that's completely original. I think that's a derivative quote, meaning there was something else like it, because that rings a bell as I've seen it before, but he made a variation on it. But that's a great quote, and that's true. And that's why 99.9% of doctors have nothing interesting to say, because all they've read is the medical textbooks and the literature in their own specialty. And if all you read is your own specialty, all you're going to know is what your own specialty knows, and that's going to be sort of a stereotyped, narrow thing. Okay? He says, if you really want to know something, you have to be willing to pay the price. Yeah, paying the price, for me, like to learn some field, is I got to spend all that time reading those books, and I don't have a lot of time, so is it worth that amount of time? Okay. All right, and then you're also going to get a little bit of blowback and hatred. So it's weird, but in medicine, the smarter you get, the more hated you get. Because people see you as going into their turf. You know, like when I read all about this dental stuff. You think dentists like me? No, they're like, shut up, asshole, you're bad-mouthing our field. You think psychiatrists like me when I tell you the truth about what a joke psychiatry is? No, they're like, shut up, asshole, you're bad-mouthing our field. Okay, it doesn't make you popular to tell the truth in medicine at all. No one cares about the pros. Pros can't do anything. A regular patient can't do anything for a doctor. All they can do is say thank you. And that's nice. They don't even pay. Their insurance company pays. They don't pay. So that's why there's no benefit really of helping patients. It's weird, but it's true. A lot of benefit to make Big Pharma happy. A lot of benefit to please the insurance company, to please the hospital corporations. You can make a lot of money doing that. You know, pleasing a patient. They'll say thank you. That's nice. Okay, Murakami continues. He says, if you do anything out of the ordinary, you can be sure someone somewhere will get upset. That's true. Nonconformity gets you in trouble. But you have to be nonconformist if you want to do anything interesting, if you want to do anything good. And if you want to do anything great, you got to be really nonconformist. That's how you make something new. You break away from the conventional. All right, Murakami's next quote. Sometimes it's not the people who change, it's the mask falls off. Yeah, as old people get older, they start telling the truth more because they don't have as much to lose. You know, like a young guy, professor, you know, trying to get promoted, trying to get, you know, tenure, trying to become full partner. He doesn't want to piss people off. An old guy, you know, 75, going to retire next week, he doesn't really give a rat's tail. He'll tell you the truth. Okay, next quote. Say it before you run out of time. Say it before it's too late. Say what you're feeling. Waiting is a mistake. Yeah, especially with an old person. You know, they could be dead soon, okay? You got something nice to say it, you know. Anyways, that was our quotes for this session. Hope you found that helpful.